One of the major transitions that is being felt around the world right now is going from globalism to nationalism. If you think about what is actually happening from initially Brexit to now the US, Make America Great Again from President Trump, whether you agree with Brexit or President Trump or not, there is definitely a feeling of a transition happening from globalism to nationalism. One of the observations that's clear from the videos we've published on this YouTube channel, speaking to locals around the town centre, overwhelmingly, the people we've spoken to, the real people, the workers, the mums and dads, the grandmas and granddads, the people that live in normal everyday lives, the big feedback has been a sense of disenfranchised, feeling like the government is not providing what is fit for purpose, whether that is on a fundamental level, energy, rising costs, tackling inflation. When you think of more here in the UK, since this Labour government have come in, they've put significant tax rises, they have put new policies in place for farmers. When you think of what's happening with more recent times, the winter fuel allowance, there's a real sense that governments are not looking after its own people. And that then makes sense why a mission or a statement like Make America Great Again, Make America First, Make America Healthy Again, Make America Safe Again. There's a large volume of people that have clearly gone with that message, that sense of a government is speaking on their behalf. Like I said, this is most definitely what I've experienced just talking to everyday people. What's your thoughts on the current government? What's your thoughts on local MPs? What's your thoughts on local towns, industrial town like this one? With British Steel right now, this is a real emotional, close to home conversation where you've got thousands of steel workers, which has been here for over a century, that's under real threat. So the sense of going from globalism to nationalism is most definitely a wave that is happening. When you think over the last couple of decades, what appears to have happened, the world has got connected through social media. Through social media and the internet, you can now see amazing other places and cultures and foods and people going on holiday and sharing photos and videos, and it makes people want to go travel there. It makes people want to go on holiday there, and it also makes people want to go live in these places where they can see, wow, this is an amazing place to live. Right now, there's a lot of people going over to Dubai for many different reasons. And sorry, there's sat here having my lunch, and there's a bus going past. And because the world is so connected, there are people doing this legally and moving to different countries. And clearly, there's also a lot of people that are doing this illegally for other reasons, for a multitude of reasons. Some maybe escaping really, really terrible places where they lived, and others more on a negative stroke criminal sense are just taking advantage of policies where they know they're going to get looked after, they know that they can get welfare, they know that they can get finances, they know they can do all that, so they're willing to risk going illegally for whatever reasons that they ultimately have. But there's definitely a sense when I speak to people around town, those that are proud to be English, or what we've seen in the US, you know, them chanting USA, USA. And there'll be a part of people that are in other countries, whether that is proud to be Scottish or proud to be Welsh or proud to be Irish or proud to be German or proud to be Italian. And with the historical traditions, the traditions, the ancestry, the history that comes with being in your country. And because of this globalism, because there's been so much kind of trade on the global scale, being able to get things made in China and Temu, and you can get things a lot cheaper. It's got this real, it's had this real mixing effect where it appears, you know, there's a lot of amazing people. You know, there's lots of amazing people. This is not about any form of this country, those people, or this, that, and the other. It's just an observation of there's a sentiment of patriotism. There's a sentiment of this is our country or our home, and those that want to come in, it's fine. Nobody's got an issue, but there's a sense of like, these are our traditions. I remember going to Italy for the first time. Went to a great little hotel in Rome, and there was an Italian owner who was just talking to over a coffee. Makes an amazing coffee, and he was just sort of saying how proud he is to be Italian and his heritage and the traditions that he has. And it was a real. It makes that sense of culture, makes that sense of, you know, when I was in Italy for the first time, it was for my birthday, and it was like, wow, this is what we've come for. Like, tell us about your coffees and your ice creams, and how do you make your food so amazing? So with every country, whether it is Germany, whether it is Canada, whether it is Mexico, whether it is Spain, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, this is just some bikers. Probably kind of makes sense with what difficulties we're facing at this moment in time. That sense of being tradition feels like it's being kind of lost. That's the sentiment that I've got from speaking to people. And, you know, you then go through all the different layers of society, whether that is law and order like this, just got some illegal people on motorcycles with balaclavas just riding around the streets. It's like, where is that law and order? Where's that respect for your hometown? You think of the graffiti, you think of the waste, you think of not being able to look after your streets, and just being proud of that sense. This is not about, you know, this is not about outsiders or anything of this nature. My heritage, you know, I wasn't born here in the UK, but I've lived here now for a long time, and I do have a sense of being proud to be here. My children are here, and you know, it's given me opportunity to build business or try to make a difference. You know, have the opportunity to speak to you here today about these issues or topics, and that's the sense that kind of feels like it's going back to, from globalism, being all mixed, to, yes, we want to be mixed and we need a mixed society for all the gifts, for all the talents, all the creativity, all the perspectives that everybody brings into a society and an economy. But there has to be a foundation, and that foundation, from what I've had speaking, has to be drenched or be on the foundations of whatever country you're in. That's certainly what I've kind of seen. Let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts. Comment down below. Let me know Do you think that it's going from globalism to nationalism? What does that look like? What will it look like? There's a big conversation here. Everything from education to healthcare, law and order, and so much more. My name's Kev. Look forward to speaking to you again on Uncensored Streets. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. Speak to you soon.